I'm not sure if you noticed, but the traditional design systems are dying now that the AI is doing all the manual work. In the past, design systems served to bridge the communication between designers and developers. But now, since designers are delivering code instead of purely visual screens, there's no need to spend all that effort to build a design system. It's like designing a product that is 10 times the size of your actual product, just to make sure the developer gets it right. It seems so primitive now. What we need is a set of specific rules and parameters that tells the AI how to build a product. And it doesn't have to be visual, because every single design decision can be documented in text and code. Let me show you how to build your own, whether you're starting from scratch or if you already have a product. My name is Jad. On this channel, I share UX UI workflows and guides, just like this one, to help you use AI effectively to build better products. And you'll get everything for free if you subscribe to my newsletter. Thank you. Alright, so to start, you're gonna need to have a UI that you already built. And if you're starting from scratch, start ideating with AI to come up with a UI that you like. Refine it as much as you want until you reach a design that you are satisfied with. In all cases, you should at least have a coded page that you're happy with and will use it as the source of the design system. Here's an example of a page that I built with Claude Fable in my last video. I'll simply download the HTML file. And now I'll attach this page to a new Claude chat, but you can use any other AI you want. And I'm gonna copy and paste this prompt that I wrote. I'll leave it in the description for you to copy. This prompt tells Claude to extract all the necessary properties and rules and design decisions from your own website, and it tells it to build a Markdown-based design system. Markdown is just a file type that is text-based, so any other AI will be able to read this. Okay, here's the result. It's a set of Markdown files. You can keep them in a zip file or in a folder, but this folder is now your design system. But we're not done yet. There's a crucial step to make sure that it works reliably every single time. Now it's time to test this design system and iterate on it. This is a very important step to make sure that your design works reliably and consistently with every output. What I usually do is I go and test it against multiple AI platforms like ChatGPT, Codex, Gemini, Google AI Studio, and Claude Code, of course. And if you're only using one AI platform, try it in multiple private chats. When you turn on the private mode in any chat platform, it will not get affected by your previous conversations. The point here is to compare the outcome for any inconsistencies. That's how you will find the gaps in your design system. And these gaps are the key to making your design system complete. So we're gonna test it in multiple AI platforms and take notes of each inconsistency we find. Then we'll go back to the chat where we generated the design system to ask for the changes, to update the design system files. In my example here, the page is coming out consistent because everything is defined for the content that I have. Here's Codex, and here's Google AI Studio, and here's Claude. Okay, so first I tried to push the limits of this design system by creating a completely different product, but using the same design system. Here I asked for a to-do list app using the same design system, and it looks like it is following exactly my design system. And here I asked for a weather app just to see how it handles new requirements. It looks right on brand for my design system. Now let's try adding a new page to our original app to see how the AI is going to handle a new page. And here's where things will start to look a little bit different because new pages are not defined by that design system that we have. I told each AI platform to build the settings page based on the design system. Now, of course, I should give it content requirements for what I need in the settings page, but I'm just vibing it here to see what it thinks should be in there. And there we go. I got completely different results, because nothing is defined here. Got the styling and the colors and the fonts right, but there's many elements that weren't present in the homepage that the AI is having to invent them here. So we're gonna have to define those. That was Codex, and this is Google AI Studio. And this is Claude. And here's Claude again. Every single one is completely different, and that's chaos. We don't want to see that in a design system. Now my job is to go through and define how I want everything to look and what content I need to include. I'm gonna combine all the options that I like into one page. Like, I really like the budget categories section that came out here, but I prefer this layout that I got here. So I'm gonna take a screenshot of the budget categories from one AI to ask the other one to include it in the UI. And that didn't work, but that's fine because it doesn't always work. Screenshots is the easiest but the least accurate method. I'm gonna try downloading the HTML file and then I will tell the other chat to extract only the budgeting section and replace the current one. And that didn't work either because it copied the whole UI. Because this section is dependent on the full page code and it's not isolated, so the AI here had the hard time extracting only one section from the UI. Now the last method will work for sure because this is the most reliable method, which is creating a mini design system for this section only. I'll ask for a Markdown file that includes all the properties of the monthly budget section to be able to replicate it. Now I have the guide to design this section and not the code. Now I'll go back to my UI and I'll say use the attached Markdown file to redesign the budget categories section. And there we go. That worked perfectly. I just have to remove the little label here and we're good to go. Do that for every part of the UI that you need to edit or modify or fix or redesign. Now make sure you keep everything packaged together. And if you have visual assets for your product, like logos and icons and images, you can include those in the assets folder inside your design system. So all you have to do is create an assets folder and include everything that you need to include that is related to your brand and to your UI. And you'll have a complete AI-friendly design system. With this type of design system, you can get as specific or as complex as you want. What I showed you here today was a complex design system, but you don't have to get that detailed. If you just want a simple style guide, you can just have one Markdown file that includes your styling preferences. That's usually called a Design.md file, and that's the most basic version of a design system that is AI friendly. Let me know if you have any questions or observations. I answer everything down in the comments. Cheers.